Here with senior Quinn Wragge to preview the 2018-19 Concordia women's basketball season. You're a senior now, as I mentioned, so it probably feels like it's gone fast, like it does for a lot of people. Before we look ahead to this season, I thought just get some perspective on the last 3 seasons that you've been a part of. Just how do you describe the ride that you've been on with this team and this program?
That is a tough question. It's been incredible. I mean, I really, throughout my entire time here, there's never been one time where I felt like this isn't the place where I'm supposed to be. I think just all of it. I love the program. I love the women's basketball team here. The experiences we get, the memories I've made, the friendships I have, the incredible, the way we get to compete. I just, like you said, it's gone so fast, and I can't believe I'm a senior, but it's been awesome.
Well, I hate to bring it up, but this will be the only time. How much do you and your teammates discuss the national championship game and how that affects maybe this upcoming season?
Mm-hmm. For the most part, I think when that does come up, it's more of a we want to go farther. We want to, there's only one step farther we can go than we were last year, and so that's our goal for this year. So when it does come up, I think for the most part it's a motivator. It's something that we want to get past, so like it's not a super negative view on it anymore this year. It's hey, let's get there again and then go one step farther.
What was an All-American season for you as a junior? What were maybe some of the aspects of your game that you wanted to get better at this off-season?
Mm-hmm. For me, it was definitely expanding my game, especially to the perimeter, to the three-point line. Being able to shoot and take people off the drive, just being more of that versatile player.
Well, in what ways does maybe it open things up a little bit for you when you're playing alongside someone like Philly? I'm sure that helps open some doors for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, like, Philly's just this incredible basketball player, and I really think that for all of us, having such a dominating presence in the paint, right, wherever she is. I mean, when she gets the ball, the defense, I mean, they have to go to her, right? So it just really creates so many opportunities for our entire offense.
Well, a lot of people who are coming to games this winter maybe have never seen someone like Grace Berry play. What has stood out to you seeing her in practice, playing with her?
Yeah, that's another good point. She is a ton of fun to play with. I mean, she's someone that, like, you might, like, I'll be running down the floor and like, oh, there's no way someone can get this pass here, and she's going to get it there. She has such great vision, and she is something that probably a lot of people don't know just from watching her play. She's such an encourager. She's, like, always encouraging. She's upbeat. She's fun, and she's been a great addition to our team.
Well, that was last year a pretty good group of 4 in that senior class. Last year, without those 4, and with some newcomers like Grace Berry, what are maybe some of the biggest differences that you notice for this team compared to last year?
Definitely, those 4 seniors had just been here for so long. So there's definitely been more of like we've had to teach a little bit more with 15 new people who don't really know our stuff. We've had to talk through a lot more things, but at the same time we still have some great experience from people on varsity last year, so like there's been more talking. It's kind of actually gave us a lot of opportunities for people to step up and be leaders, because there's so many people that we can just talk to and encourage and like make sure they're understanding kind of how we play.
You've been part of a lot of big moments for this program. Is there a favorite for you so far, or maybe a couple, 2 or 3 that you can think of off the top of your head?
The one that comes to my mind right away would obviously be CIT at home. I think that was my sophomore year. and it was so fun. Just like having that experience here. I mean, I've never seen walls that full. Definitely something that I'll remember for a while. I don't know, other things that come to mind, just like traveling with this team. We got to go to Hawaii, California. We're getting to go to Arizona this year. Just fun things like that I love. Last year, a big game for us, we went to, I think it was in Branson. I think we played like at the Ozarks. That was a huge game. That one was a ton of fun. Jamestown last year, going up there. Those are kind of the ones that come to my mind.
You get to go to Jamestown again now that they're in the conference. This team just seems to take care of business when you play teams that maybe others expect you to be. What is the mindset of the program that allows you to have that focus game to game?
Mm-hmm. I really think our big one is get better every day. Doesn't matter who you're playing, doesn't matter if it's practice or whatever. If we're in the weight room, that's what Burner says to us. It's get better every single day. So it's not, oh, let's just get through this game and get to our next big one. It's let's focus on today, like what can we get better at while we're playing this team.
I guess you could say that when you're in this program, you certainly learn how to win, but there are other things that are important in life too. What are some of the lessons maybe that you take away from being part of this program?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite things about being in this program is that it is so much bigger than basketball. Obviously the most important one is our faith. I mean, I think that across the board that most girls come into this program and when they leave, they're going to be able to say, wow, I've just grown in my faith. I've learned so many things from Coach Olson, from the girls, from speakers that we listen to. So that's huge. I think another one that is great from basketball is we kind of talk about leaving things better than we found them. And if that's, cleaning up a locker room, if that's talking about a person, if you're like, hey, when you meet this person, you just want to leave this impact on them, that makes them better than when you found them. And I really like that one.
Well, I know basketball is in your family, and you have a brother, Grant, who's a sophomore here at Concordia on the men's team. But what are some ways that you can make sure he stays in his place and he knows that he's the younger brother?
Well, I had about 15 years where when we played, I was usually the one on top. So now I just kind of just like to remind him of all those years when I was definitely the one that was blocking him, and so now we don't play as much anymore because I don't think it'd go as well for me.
But you have a younger sister too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is she involved in basketball?
Oh
too?
yeah, yep. She freshman in high school this year, so she is just starting basketball season, and yeah, she's grown up going to basketball games, and it's in her blood too.
And I understand your dad was quite a player at Doane too in the day. Does he ever wear his Doane gear around at all?
Oh no, that's not allowed in our house anymore. No Doane gear. It's all Concordia.
Considering your dad has that background, what are your conversations like after games? Does he try to give you advice? You could have done this better, or how does that work?
Yeah, he's a coach at heart. He's played for years, and so we've gone back and forth a couple times. Like he's kind of like, well, I think you could have done this, and I'm like, I'll get a little defensive, but then I usually come around, and we always have some great conversations about the game or things I can be working on and things he sees, and I really enjoy it.
What's it like growing up in Crofton, Nebraska? A little bit like Seward, maybe?
It's a little bit like Seward, but even smaller. But it's that same just close-knit community. Like you wave at people when you drive by, you know your neighbors. And yeah, I love Crofton. I have so many good things to say about it. I really enjoyed it.
Last thing, what has to happen this year for you to consider it a successful year of senior year of college, and maybe that extends that not just athletics but academically, socially, all of that?
Yeah. I really think for me this year, and for most seniors I would say, is not to take it for granted. I think like you just always think you have one more year, and now I'm like I don't. And so for me, it's definitely just like taking all of the opportunities that I have and using them, because it's the last year.